beautiful people, welcome back to Life with Mia. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Gloria. I'm a midwife, a mom, a doctor, and a wife. And I'm carrying you guys along the journey, my medical journey, and building a wholesome family while at it. So, for my returning OGs, you're welcome. So I'll be walking you guys through the journey of doing your housemanship in Nigeria as a foreign trained medical doctor from start to finish. So if you trained abroad and you would like to legally practice in Nigeria, this video is for you, so don't go anywhere. Sit tight. So the first thing you have to understand is what housemanship is. Housemanship is a mandatory 1-year internship for medical graduates before you obtain your full license by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. If you studied abroad, you must pass through this process to legally practice as a doctor. If you're following my channel, you know that I finished from Tbilisi, Georgia. I decided that I wanted to work in Nigeria first. I had to go through this Medical and Dental Council of Nigerian exam before I was allowed to practice legally in Nigeria. This housemanship period is a 12-month supervised internship where you have to rotate through certain departments like medicine, surgery, pediatrics, and gynecology. So what's the first step? The first step to practicing in Nigeria is passing the Medical and Dental Council of Nigerian exam. This exam is usually written twice in a year, May, June, and November. Why I said May, June is because sometimes they shift the date from May to June, sometimes even to July. It happened during my time that we thought we were going to write in May, they shifted it to June, and from June they shifted it to July. So just keep your ears down and listen for when the dates come out. To write this exam, I had to register with a tutorial called Ace Medics. No, this is not a sponsored ad, but they are good. If you like to register with them, just send me a DM. My details are in the description box. Why I registered with a tutorial is because this tutorial guided me through my process of writing my Medical and Dental Council exam. What they do for you is that they take you through the step of registration for the exam, and the registration is in different parts. First, you have to do your EPIC registration, then you have to get notarized, then you notarize your certificate. This is before the date for the Medical and Dental Council licensing exam, known as aka MDCN, because I'll start using MDCN from now on. So they assisted me to register and guided me through the process of getting some documents which you need to upload on your portal, then prepare me for the exam. So this exam comprises of different aspects. It's first in 2 days. It happens either Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday. That's when it happened for me. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the result is out. So Wednesday was the MCQ day. That day you have to come on time, wherever the location it might be. Mine was in Ibadan, so I had to fly in few days to the exam because my tutorial also held revision classes 3 days to the exam, which really helped me. Honestly, most of the revision that was done came out. The questions from that revision came out. So the first day, MCQ and picture test. The second day, that's the oral part of the exam where you get to examine patients and be questioned by certain examiners. And the third day is the suspense day when your result comes out. Your result always comes out the next day before evening. Most times before 2 p.m. you see your results. So if you would like to see a detailed video on how I passed my medical and dental license exam, do let me know in the comment section and I will make it for you guys. You know I'm here for you. You know I am here for you. So once you pass the medical and dental licensing exam, whichever dates you choose, be it May or November. The next phase will be your induction phase. For this induction phase, you have to keep your ears to the ground for the date of the induction, and also the pre-induction payments that have to be made before you are allowed to be inducted. You have like NMA building levy, some insurance payment, and something else. It's over 200K, slightly over 200K. The induction is always in Abuja, in the MDCN building in Abuja. For the induction, there are only three passes, one for you and two other people of your choosing, that will be allowed to enter the hall with you. The next step would be getting your housemanship. You have to keep your ears to the ground for the dates that the portal will be opening. I have some house job or housemanship groups, and if you like to join them, do let me know in the comment section, or I'll just drop the link in the description. It's quite competitive because before you open your portal, you see that your hospital of choice is not there. Why? Because other candidates have already taken it and the slots are filled. So you have to keep your ears to the ground, be up by 12 a.m., checking MDCN portal, making sure that you checking if it's open, if the housemanship portal is open. If it's not open, check the date that they will open it. That day, wake up by 12 a.m. and choose your the hospital of your choice. Once you apply directly to the MDCN approved hospital, you are posted to that hospital. You are given 2 weeks to report to the hospital. If you don't report within 2 weeks, your slot is taken. That's life. Sometimes you can apply to hospitals that are not on the MDCN portal, because some state hospitals are not on the portal. What you have to do is that you go to the hospital of your choice, you submit your credentials, that's your CV and certain certificates, make multiple copies and submit it to the CMAX office, and then they'll call you for an interview. In my own case, that's what they did. They'll call you for an interview and let you know if you would get the job or not. I applied to a state hospital, not a federal hospital, because of convenience. The pay also is different, but it's within range of 200 to 250 to 90K. If you have your documents ready and you apply, this is Nigeria. You have to be persistent. You have to follow up on your application, because sometimes you apply to a hospital and 1 week after you're not called back. You go back and follow up on your application. This is a bonus tip. Consider hospitals outside Lagos and Abuja. Hospitals in Abuja, most especially, you rarely see them on the portal because these ones are kept. We are in Nigeria, so let's just be truthful. They're kept for the senators and anyone related to a politician. If you want to apply to any hospital in Abuja, you have to know someone in that hospital to fight for you to work there. This is the case for most people that did their house job in Abuja. As for better chances, I'd advise you apply to hospitals outside Lagos and Abuja. But if you reside in those areas, my G, move ahead and apply, okay? Now you have passed the MDCN exam, you have gotten a slot in the hospital, I hope the hospital of your choice. The next step would be going through your housemanship phase. What to expect? Housemanship phase is a phase where you bend down and learn everything, and also you get to see that a lot of things that were taught during the medical school becomes practical, and it solidifies in your memory as well. You are going to rotate through internal medicine, that's managing chronic illness; surgery, that's assisting in operation; pediatrics, that's handling child health cases; obstetrics and gynecology is delivering babies. You are a house officer, that means you are the bottom part of the other medical professionals, the other doctors. You are, let's just say, my consultant explained it this way: house officer is like the house boy of the hospital. No, I'm not talking about the pharmacy, the other medical professionals that are not doctors. I'm talking about you are the house boy to the doctors. So that just expect that you are going to run errands, just like a house boy runs errands. That's what you're going to do for your senior colleagues. That's what to expect. So as a house officer, you have to do daily ward rounds, follow up on your patients, give their medications, their IV medications. Also consult in clinics with your registrar, senior reg, and consultants. Answer questions where need be pertaining to your patient, so that your patient is up to date with every lab investigation that they're supposed to do. Bonus tip: during my internal medicine posting, I already know how my consultant goes. So from clinic, he goes to the ward. So I have to come on time, go through, make sure my patients have received all their medications, go through their folders, make sure they are up to date, take their morning vitals, that is their vital signs for that day, record it in a chart, because this is what my consultant will use to work. So their BP, their respiratory rate, their temperature, everything, and their recent complaints. Because when the consultant comes, you are the first person he's going to ask questions. So there are certain challenges you might face. That's working long hours, doing 36-hour calls, sometimes 72, sometimes 48. In my own case, I was pregnant during my house job, so that exempted me from a lot of things, and I'm grateful to the different departments I was in and the consultants I worked in, because they understood that pregnancy is already a lot of work, so they exempted me from doing certain things. But I did my calls, just that I was exempted from sleeping over. I assisted in surgeries. That's Pregnancy is not a sickness, it's just a phase of life. So during this phase, you're expected to interact with other house officers. You're not an island, you're not the only one in the unit. Make connections, build friendships, interact with people, interact with the nurses. This is a pro tip. The nurse is your best friend. The nurse is your best friend, because times where you're not able to give your medications on time, because trust me, you'll be late. Life happens. You can easily just make a phone call and be like, please, can you help me just give this IV medications to this patient? Some nurses are not, some like matrons will not help you, but the other staff, if you're good to them and if you interact with them and you don't put your shoulder high
and be like, I'm a doctor. You don't talk to me anyhow.
they will assist you. So build good relationships, especially with your colleagues and also the nurses. Another thing I would like to tell you is your mental health and your physical health is a priority. I understand that you have to go through the hospital and let the hospital go through you, but also do not neglect your social life. This is one thing I love about. There was this friend of mine that I studied for the MDCN exam with, and I just see her going out, living her best life, and I'm like, guy, I admire you, because it can get too much and it can get overwhelming, and if you don't have a social life, you would be frustrated. Just try to roll with it. Your off days are your off days. Take it and take care of yourself. Your on days are your on days. Be there fully. This 12-month supervised internship period, you get 12 weeks for internal medicine, 12 weeks for surgeries, 12 weeks for pediatrics, 12 weeks for O&G. So once you are done rotating through these four departments, you're expected to sign out from each department before you enter the next one. So make sure you go to the administration and ask for your hospital sign out form and also your MDCN sign out form. For a smoother, easier journey after your house job, I recommend that you sign out both from hospital and MDCN from each department that you finish. So if you're done with internal medicine, you could meet your supervising consultant and your HOD and sign out Try not to get any queries, because if you get a query, you have to answer it, and that might also incur an extension to be given to you. After you're done signing out, you have to send your forms to Abuja, that's the MDCN Council headquarters, to obtain your full registration and permanent license. And to do this, you have to go in person. It's not online. Yes, you upload some things online, but you have to go in person for your signatories, biometrics, and whatever that needs to be done. Once you get your final certification, you have to register for NYSC if you're under 30. So you are not exempted from NYSC because you studied abroad. You're only exempted if you are above 30. If you are above 30, you apply for to be a medical officer or start your residency training, get more resources on studying for registering for primaries and writing it, passing it, and becoming a registrar. I hope all this mumbo jumbo isn't mumbling and jumbling in your brain. I hope it makes sense, and I hope I've been able to clear some doubts and some confusions in some people's mind about doing your housemanship or doing your internship in Nigeria after graduating from medical school. Please, if you have any questions at all, because I know I might not have exhausted everything in this video, but if you have any questions, do drop it in the comment section and I will attend to it. If not, you can send me an email or a DM via IG, and I will respond to it. I'm not usually so active on IG, that's why I keep insisting on the email. I respond within 24 to 48 hours. If you're in this process or you're planning to start, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you loved and enjoyed this video, and if this video was also helpful. Subscribe for more content on motherhood, medicine, and personal growth. I'll see you in my next video.
No, I'm a child of God.